A very, very warm welcome to all our patrons across the country for the opener of the Pune Meeting 2023, which starts on Friday, 21st July 2023. Top class racing, that's what we expect. And with us to talk us through this season is our racing experts, Aradhana Nair and Nirad Karanjawala. Welcome, guys. How does it feel coming back after 3 months? Talk us through about the season. Nirad, what about you?
Well, I think it's going to be a very, very exciting season. We've got some decent bloodstock running over here. There are a lot of 3-year-olds that haven't run, which obviously will come up over the season. And you never know. We had our own Western India horse winning the Bangalore Derby. She's also come back here. She's not racing anymore. Maybe whether Pacey races her or not, we don't know. That we'll have to see as time goes on. But then you have a lot of trainers who've got horses who are forward. Like obviously the one to look out for with the quality that he has will be Pacey Shroff again. Then you have Narendra Lagar, who always does well, really well in Pune. Not that he doesn't do well in Bombay, but he does very well in Pune. He's been champion here, I think, 7 times already. So you've got Naren, you can look forward to his horses also being forward. They've been working pretty well over a period of the last 1 month since our track has also opened. Dallas Todiwala's horses are forward. He's got a few decent runners up tomorrow also. So all in all, apart from these 3, there are Imtiaz Seth, who's got a decent bunch of horses who did well in Pune. Shiraz Sundarji, who did well in Bombay, I'm sorry. Shiraz Sundarji started very late in Bombay season. He really got his first winner towards the latter half, but then he flew and had those very lot of winnings over the end of the season. Yeah. So he can carry on from where he left off, and he's got a decent stock. So you can hear of Shiraz. Then Karthik has got a few 3-year-olds which will not be bad. Now he's got his wonderfully Juliet. Now whether she's going to be running in Pune or not, nobody knows as yet. But she is there, and I'm sure maybe for the Pune crowd to see her back to her best, she may run, she may not run. That obviously the connections will take a call. Yep. And the remaining trainers who are all there, everybody's going to try in the short season of 19 days. Each one is going to give it their best shot. And racing is going to be very exciting, very, very competitive, I think. And especially when you look at the graded races, the graded races maybe at times could be one-sided because, Pacey has the quality. But there are obviously trainers like Dallas, Imtiaz, Naren, who've got some good horses now. With like the Coup de Leon, Son of a Gun, and tomorrow Golden Neil who's running. So these horses are there to take them on. So I think all in all, it's going to be really exciting. Lots of excitement and lots of fun.
Aradhana, what about, we've got 19 days of racing. Yes. And your thoughts on that, basically, if you could just, enlighten our patrons on that.
First of all, I'm absolutely excited and elated to be back yet again. This is one of my favorite cities, and racing here is something, it's unbelievable. I mean, like it's monsoon times, there's so many greens around, and of course it's a monsoon track. And as both of you said, we've got 19 days of super amazing races, and we've got 654 horses stationed here, out of which I think 188 are 2-year-olds. That's absolutely fantastic. And I think also first time in the history of Pune racing, we've got 3 consecutive days of racing. So 13th, 14th and 15th. So that is going to be something that I think our patrons, us, you and everybody watching live are going to have one show. And yeah, 19 days, it's going to be amazing. And Nirad is also, of course, going to be with me in the studio, and we're going to take you through. And Anit, behind the mic, is going to be giving us the live commentary. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to this exhilarating experience, Anit. Yeah.
And another thing I want to mention is, if you noticed, our first days of racing, the amount of the big fields we've had, we've got a 9-race card. Yeah. So it just shows that the trainers, or the 3-month break was a very long break this time. The first time we've ever had such a long break. which is in non-COVID period. I'm not talking about the COVID period, but in the non-COVID period, we've never had such a long break during the Bombay and Pune season. So trainers are also enthusiastic. Horses are well rested, fresh, coming back into work. So, and I think the trainers and owners are happy because now their horses are back to running. You can see from the fields that we have with the 9-card event, and plus we've had to have horses balloted out. Yeah. So you can imagine the amount of enthusiasm the trainers have in wanting to run their horses.
And Nirad, coming to, 56 outstation horses. I think that's the first time we've had that number in Pune. And we're expecting more outstation horses to come and race here in Pune. Your thoughts on that?
Yes, I've heard there are quite a few trainers from outside. We've already got Adiraj who is here. Yes. Okay, and I've heard that Aarti Doctor and Ashay Doctor from Calcutta are going to come here to race during the Pune season. Okay. Plus, you're going to have a lot of outstation trainers bringing their horses for particular races and taking them back. Because the prize money offered here is much more than anywhere else in any other club in India. Yes. Including our normal races, even our normal handicap races are offering good prize money. Yeah. The sponsored races obviously are at another level in our club. So why not the outstation horses, and especially the Bangalore trainers who might be coming here with their horses. Their horses are obviously going to be a little on the fitter side. True. Because they've been racing through the summer. We just picked up our horses and starting. So the early part, probably the outstation horses would have an advantage. Yeah. But yes, I must also say one thing. Over a period of many, many, many years, it's always been seen, outstation horses that come to Pune, they find it, unless they're a really good horse, they find it very difficult to win the first time. Yes, yes. A lot of outstation horses need that particular one run, you know, yes, in Pune, so they get used to, because this track is somewhat maybe different from what they're used to. True. After they get that one run, then they compete with us. And obviously, we are excited to have competition, because it only, it's healthy competition. Absolutely. We Western India trainers with the outstation trainers will, obviously we would like to be, be better than them and win our share of races.
True. And talking about the weather, which is also very important, plays a big role. As we all know, Bombay's had torrential rain the last few days. We've all traveled from Bombay a couple of days ago. We've had rains in Pune, but it was not as heavy as what it was in Bombay. The weather is overcast, no doubt on that. Today has been quite dry, just a day prior to race day. So hopefully this rain gods stay away. But your thoughts on the weather?
Well, Anit, I don't think the weather really makes that much of a difference in Pune, because now our whole track is a monsoon track. Yeah. So this track basically needs a certain amount of actual rain. True. And which we've not had over a period of time, and I'm lucky, like for the last couple of days we've had a bit of rain. It's not been heavy, yeah, but it's been coming on and off, which has only helped the track, I would think. Absolutely. And our monsoon track, I think, from what I've seen all over, is I think the best monsoon track we've got in India. Because even if there's heavy rain, the only reason if we do not race, it's not because of the track, it's because of the visibility. Absolutely. Okay. So our track is fantastic. It'll take the beating of the rain, and it'll only get better and better.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, Nirad, on this. I think we've got a wonderful track, and the clerk of the course they've really been at the top of the game, and so hopefully the track is, I'm sure it is going to play well, and hope all our patrons have a wonderful day of racing. But one last question from our racing experts for our patrons will be the horses to watch out for tomorrow, according to the two of you being our racing experts.
Well, I think a few of the horses to watch out for tomorrow are a couple of horses from Mr. Narendra Lagad's yard. Dallas has got his baby, which he's done well in Bombay Irish Gold. It's going to be difficult for Snowfall to give it that much weight. Plus, you've got a very good horse that's coming from Madras. I think ridden by Suraj. Yes. Plus, you've got a horse coming from Madras called Time and Tide of Adiraj Singh Jodas, who won, I think, the Ooty Colts and ran third in the Ooty Derby. He's coming with a lot of reputation, and he's been here for quite some time, so he's obviously accustomed to the weather and the track. Right. And if you noticed, last Pune season, Adiraj had a very good season with his horses when he brought them in from Madras.
Yes.
He had a good decent amount of winners beating good horses.
Yes.
So that's going to be an interesting race tomorrow. Then we've got our 2 maiden races. One of the maiden races has Enabler and another horse. They're about two fancied probably in that race. So the 2 baby races are going to be interesting. Then we've got the Class 1 race where you've got Golden Neil running with Flying Visit. That's again going to be interesting.
Yes.
You've got Successor there.
Has done
Nothing wrong. Yes, he is obviously gone up in the handicap compared to his run because he was running the terms race behind Northern Lights. And you can see Northern Lights has done nothing wrong in Bangalore, winning 3 off the reel there again.
Absolutely.
So overall, interesting racing. And one thing, Anit, I must say, like you mentioned just earlier, the clerk of the course has done a superb job. In all these years, I have never seen this Pune grass track as lush green as it is.
True.
It's looking outstanding.
Absolutely.
Genuinely looking outstanding.
Absolutely agree. Aradhana, your thoughts on tomorrow's race day?
Well, I just got done with the trainer's interview, and I think I was having a word with Mr. Altaf Hussain, and he, of course, said a few good words about Snowfall. So I think I'll go with that, and of course, he's the real expert here. You guys are the real experts, but yeah, I mean, like from whatever I spoke with them, it's going to be a good show tomorrow, and let's see what tomorrow brings. And I'm super excited, and can't wait to start the season opener.
Wonderful. And just lastly, before our racing experts leave, I would just like to let our patrons know who are here in Pune and come to enjoy the day at the races. You're more than welcome. We look forward to hosting you all. And the ones who are not here in Pune, you know where you need to go. You need to log on to play.rwitc.com to watch our races live and catch all the action live and exclusive from the comfort of your homes. Thank you, Nirad, and thank you, Radna. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for me to introduce you all to a very, very important person here at the Pune Racecourse. He is Mr. Vinayak Zorge. He's the racing correspondent from The Hindu and the track reporter, and he's going to enlighten us, give us light on the important runners tomorrow, which is going to be very, very important for each one of you who are going to be watching our racing tomorrow. Welcome, Vinayak, and if you could talk us through tomorrow's card.
Sure, thank you. So tomorrow I think first race should be between Anushka and Lady Di, between these 2 races.
They worked well?
They worked. Anushka has worked very well. Her last workout was very nice. So I think, and she has won, last year she has won the first race of the Pune season.
Okay.
So I think again she can if she can do it, so that would be better. Then second race I think Sundarji's horse Amira.
Right.
She won very well in Mumbai,
Right.
and now tracking also very well. So I think she should repeat. And second best is Smiles of Fortune from Naredu's stable. Yeah. Then third race I think Golden Neil, who has really performed well in Mumbai. Yeah, and
From
still I
Narendra
think
stable.
he
Yes.
maintains his form.
Yeah, he's been working
Yeah,
well.
he's working well. So I think he has to beat Successor and Counter Soy, but I think Golden Neil can beat them.
Right.
Then fourth race I think this Karthik Ganapati's horse Karina.
Karina, yes.
Yeah, she is working very well.
We discussed this.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
other
So
morning,
she's looking good. So she has to beat Brave Beauty from Hosidar Daji stable.
Okay.
So I think she can beat him.
All right.
Then fifth race, the maiden lot. So I think this time the general, who is still working very well
Yeah.
since beginning of the season, like workout has started. So and in Mumbai he has run with good company many a times. He has ran second, and so I
He's
think
still a
he should.
maiden.
He's still a maiden.
Yeah.
So I think he can come up from his maiden status.
Okay.
So I think he should win. Then in sixth race, I think tomorrow Inish Moore is working very well.
Yes.
Inish Moore.
That's some
Yeah.
Chennai stable.
Yeah, and even Generosity, second best is Generosity.
Right.
And third is Queen's Pride. So all 3 apprentices are riding.
Right.
So I think Inish Moore should have a
upper
little upper hand. Yeah. Then seventh race also maiden race. But I think their endurance from Imtiaz State stable,
Right,
running
right.
first time after gelding,
Yeah.
but still now long time has passed. So I think he's working also good. So and second best is Enabler, from Naredu's yard.
Stable.
Yeah,
Who's riding Enabler?
Enabler. I think 1 second. I will just.
I think Yash Naredu.
Yeah, yes, Naredu. Yeah, right.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, Naredu. And eighth race I like Snowfall. Though it is carrying a top weight, despite carrying top weight, but it is a better class animal.
Right.
So I think he can beat Time and Tide,
Okay.
who has come from Madras.
How's Time and Tide
Working very well, yeah, and
Snowfall?
yeah, Snowfall is also working impressively.
Alright.
And from this Time and Tide, who has run good in the Chennai Derby.
Yes.
So from there she has come. So
I think Time and Tide finished third in the Derby.
Yeah,
and
third.
Won the Coles before.
right, won the Colts before. So between two only.
Yeah.
Then ninth race, I like this number 1 Faisal Abbas or Skyhawk, who has now come down and running under demotion.
Okay.
So I think he can beat. The second best is Superimpose,
Right.
and third best is Champagne Smile. Champagne
So you
Smile.
think,
So
three of
between
them are
three,
the ones who are
yeah,
working
between
well?
three, yeah.
Okay.
So these horses are working well for tomorrow's
Wonderful.
card.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Vinayak, and we look forward to having you more often this time during the Pune season. And if you can, show some light to our patrons and give out your, you surely got the eye, so it'll, help all our patrons. Thank you once again, and have a great season ahead. Thank you.